How's it going, boys and girls? Data here, and welcome back to the Minnesota Wild Franchise Mode, episode 29, here at the beginning of the year number 7, 2027 postseason. In the last one, we closed off quite a solid campaign, getting 50 wins, closing out on game number 82 with win number 50, going 50, 26, and 6th. We were the 5th best team in the NHL. Lots of that credit going to our captain, Kirill Kaprizov, who scored 65 goals. This man is used to scoring in the 40s and the 50s, but he just really went on a tear, getting a new career high in points and goals with 93 points and those 65 goals. He has been an absolute monster out there. He had 400 shots on the year. Crazy stuff. Rossi, Boldy, Tkachuk turned it around. Boqvist, we had a great season from most of our players. Goaltending, we're rolling with two rookies between the pipes, 82 and 80, and they put up professional starter numbers, especially Kozevnikov, who might have a slight edge going into the playoffs. We're thinking about who is going to be our starting goalie. But either way, heading into round number 1, we are facing the Nashville Predators. Nashville, divisional rival, been a thorn in our sides many times before. This is year number 7. We have not won the Stanley Cup since all the way back in year number 1. So with a lot of good teams that are continually getting bounced from the first and second round, last year we made it to the conference finals, but it's time to think about, could there be a coaching change? Could there be an overhaul in personnel if it's another fall flat in our face moment in these playoffs? But we don't need to think about that yet because we are a strong team poised to go on a run. Now, of course, in the last one, we did have some questions for our lineup. Matthew Tkachuk was turning things around. Brad Lambert on an extremely short leash. Fourth line questions, as Hyman and Taze are doing really great, but we do have some good scratches down here, and Anthony Duclair and Sidney Crosby, 2 deadline pickups for us. Anthony Duclair, in the 13 games that he played, scored a measly 1 goal, 1 assist. So that's why he finds himself in the press box here, but he does have 83 poise, 90 offensive awareness, could be a good playoff performer. Sidney Crosby, of course, a playoff performer, 97 poise. We got him for filling in for injuries. He did not play a single game with us in the regular season, but he is ready to pop in at any moment in the lineup. Caden Primo as well, our 3rd goalie. So heading now to the comments to see what we're going to be doing for the lineup. First, Scott saying, now we know why the Sharks were begging you to take Duclair. It was a pretty cheap deal that we got for Duclair. They gave us draft picks to get rid of him, so I guess now we know why. Scoring only 2 points in those 13 games. Shout out to Get a Chocho here with this fantastic comment, super kind. Love Data's videos. When I get the notification, I always stop what I'm doing and get into the story. I have faith for the playoffs. The team ended up playing very well in the season. Bye-bye, Brad Lambert. You should find a right wing for the second line. Greetings from Uruguay. Really appreciate those kind words, and that's what makes these videos so special. It's not just simulating, it's getting into the story here. And I know I'm invested, so I hope you are as well. Apo, thank you for the video. My pleasure, Apo. Thank you for being here. Small but good trades. Even though Duclair wasn't that great, he's still a good depth option. Now Wild, you know what you have to do. Let's beat those Preds up and get that Stanley Cup. Exactly. Luna Kane with a very, very good comment here. A fantastic awareness to see that 27 points in 24 games to end the season for Matthew Tkachuk, who had been struggling previously. Luna Kane wonders if this is the reverse case from Connor Hellebuck, where Tkachuk slow sims very well, as we slow sim 9 out of the 24 games in the last episode. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on this in the playoffs. And I could not agree more, Luna Kane. That's a very good observation. Matthew Tkachuk was doing okay, but he really ended off strong with 71 points in 82 games, 47 assists, a plus 35, and it may be due to the slow sim games where he was more often than not, a big performer in those slow sim games. Jackie B says, I would play Duclair even though he wasn't great in the regular season. I think he could have a chance to put up a decent amount of goals in the playoffs. I would start Kozevnikov. He was a beast at the end of the season. Morozov was also good, but I would roll with Kozevnikov. I think that's putting my thoughts into a nutshell right there, Jackie. Well said. Puffy and Beardo. Great team. This is more about off-season stuff, but still got to go over it. Great team. In the offseason, look for a defensive defenseman who fits well on the first pairing. Put him with Boqvist. We're great points. Some anecdotal evidence there. Could go on and get a Stanley Cup. We really hope so. Offense, no changes really might be needed, but we could try to get Nicholas Engvist for the +5 with Kaprizov. It's possible. Goaltenders, I see Kuzemnikov being a Vasilevsky-like goalie. I don't think we need to change. Great video once again. Thank you so much. And last YouTube comment, Michael saying, "Oh, captain, my captain for the heart. Kirill Kaprizov, great season. Glad you made some small moves and not anything big for the team. I have faith that this will be a great playoffs. Can't wait for the next one. Go Wild, go." Thank you very much, Michael. Now, quickly hopping to the Discord server. But this is formerly Pago Rabo saying, the Wild are definitely a better team than Nashville. Hopefully the rest of the NHL too. Go Wild. I'm going to sound like a hypocrite, but I must say I would start Duclair in the playoffs just because of overall, and Crosby has poise as the X-Factor replacement. With further injuries, Hyman will do just fine. So, of course, Hyman has a great following in the Discord server, so we want to keep Hyman in the lineup as much as possible. And absolute last comment here, coming from Narf with Narf's notes. Number 1, very much consider moving Kostin up to line number 2, as Lambert is doing nothing, and Kostin seems to be better in simulation anyways. I like the third line as is, and to break up 3 of 4 lines is a lot. Number 2, really think about, after moving Lambert to line 4, replacing him with Crosby, either right away or if a good poised playoff vet is needed. No need to keep on the bench if he can help. Number 3, Botter was fine. He was a +9 on the third defensive pair. Not bad, and that's what's to be expected. Seems like everyone's against him, but I like how he plays, and he's cost effective. And you know what? In a buyer's market like that, and then going on, offseason move maybe, but market value is rough for even a decent defenseman. A guy like Botter in free agency would probably be getting above $6 million with how scarce the defensive defenseman market is. Number 4, goalies, I say start with Kuzemnikov, but I don't think the leash is long. Also look at the poise, as a lot of times that is the deciding factors. That's it for the playoffs. Go Wild. Literally gives me heartburn from a good Avs fan. So speaking of leashes, taking all those comments into consideration, thank you everyone. Brad Lambert's leash, even forget the second line, just his leash to be in the lineup is extremely short. Like, I'm talking, if you don't show up in game 1, that could be your only and last chance. Last year in the playoffs, he scored 3 points with 1 goal in 17 games and was a -4, despite getting over 13 minutes of ice time a night. Were those second line minutes? No, but still, over 13 minutes a night for an 85 overall with, what does he have here? Excuse me, I just, so with the 93 offensive awareness, what else here? 90 wrist shot power, like, I'm not saying crazy numbers, but 1 goal in 17 games, it was brutal. So right away, already just his leash on this team, like I said, is short. But I think that Klim Kostin does make more sense on the second line. Klim Kostin has been simulating very well. He scored 43 points in 82 games as a fourth liner, 16 power play points. Last year in the playoffs, nothing crazy either, but again, he was fourth line. 5 points in 17 games for him. He fits extremely well in the chemistry. He could move pretty much anywhere. Second's not a great fit, but he could move pretty much anywhere. We could put Kovanov on the first line and then put Kostin on the first line as well, and that would give the first line a +1, making Kaprizov a 95. So that is something to consider as time goes on here. Brad Lambert, you got to really make your time worth it. Jonathan Toews is going to help you out. Jonathan Toews, we brought him back solely because of his playoff performance last year, scoring 14 points as a fourth liner. 14 points, no power play time. 12 minutes a night, scoring 14 points in 17 games. So that's why we brought him back, and here we are, Johnny Toews. It's time to show up once again. Hyman's here. Greenway could move in the chemistry. He could go up to the first line if needed. There's a lot of good interchangeable players here, but we're going to roll like this to begin the playoffs. Defense looks like this as well. Goaltending now. I think Morozov and Kuzemnikov, neither of them are a bad choice. Poise isn't great in either player, 76 and 75, but Kuzemnikov did have the slightly better numbers in less games, but what really sells it for me is that he's got 4 shutouts in 22 games played. Morozov also 4 shutouts, but that was in 58 games played. And Morozov as well, though, he has playoff experience, so we won't be afraid to turn to him. He was 5-1-0 in 6 games last year. So we will not be afraid to go to him if and when needed. But Kuzemnikov will be the starter. Duclair finding his way into the lineup. Like I said, it all has to do with Brad Lambert. I want to get Duclair and or Crosby in the lineup, but it's going to depend on Lambert. If he shows up in games 1, maybe even games 1 and 2, then it would be a different story. But if I'm seeing like 0 points and a -2 in game 1, Brad Lambert, you're out of there and you're likely gone in the offseason. The low franchise potential may have ruined him. I don't know. 8 years, $8 million with a ton of trade value. We're just going to dump that. So let's quickly just refresh ourselves on Nashville's lines, and then we'll hop into the playoffs here. As always, if you're new to the channel, this video is already over an hour long. Whether we get swept in the first round or go all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals, that is to keep it from being spoiled. So you're going to be reacting live to what happens as along with me. So it could just be 40 minutes of a black screen afterwards. John Foligno, the franchise centerman, first overall pick in 2023. The sniper is leading the Predators, of course. 93 points in 82 games this season for him. He's with Christian Fischer and Oscar Lindblom, who are at really high overalls for what I've never seen them that high. Second line, Hoglander, Sillinger, Forsberg. Third line, Ferland, Matthew Phillips, Ivan Barbashev. Fourth line, former Wild Kevin Hayes with Oscar Sundqvist and Tyler Steenbergen. Defense, Ulevy, Fabro, Zaitsev, Chiodo, Yossi, and Bjornfot. Between the pipes, it's Yaroslav Askarov, backed up by former Minnesota Wild Vezina winner Tristan Jarry. Backlund and Grzelcyk as healthy scratches. So we've seen the Predators many times before. We swept them in round number 2 last year as we went on to lose to Dallas in the conference finals. But Nashville's going to be here with a vengeance. They had a great record this season as well. 2 less wins, 1 more loss, 1 more overtime loss. They're a good team. So starting it off at home, year number 7 playoffs. A lot of jobs are on the line here as we have to show up here in round number 1 after a 50-win season. Let's see who's going to be our playoff performer this year, and let's see who wants that cup. First period of game 1, round 1. 1-0 Minnesota. Marco Rossi on the power play. Very nice. And 16 shots in that first period. The Wild are coming to play. Second period, 3-1. So Foligno ties it up, but then Sjogren with his first career playoff goal makes it 2-1, and then Kirill Kaprizov says, hey, don't leave me out of the action here. It's 3-1. 28-15 are the shots, and now Lassie Vallon gets his first career playoff goal as well, and it's 4-1 Minnesota. It's a 3-goal lead 5 minutes into the third. Kuzevnikov playing well, but not really having to right now, as we are just, wow, Mika Tarki makes it 5-1. We're just dominating Nashville right now, closing in on 40 shots on net, more than, we're at close to double the amount of shots. Forsberg makes it 5-2, but that's too little too late, as we will take game 1 at home, 5-2 the final, shots 39-25, as Marco Rossi first started the night with a goal and 2 assists. Kaprizov a goal and an assist, and Greenway 2 assists. The old first line, Rossi, Kaprizov, Greenway. Great 5-2 win at home, setting the tone for this series. Now, let me see, did Brad Lambert do anything at all? Could be zeros across the board, but again, we got to keep checking in on him. Brad Lambert, zeros across the board in 13 minutes of ice time. All right, no reason to take him out yet, but like I said, that leash is still very short. Sven Sjogren with his first career playoff goal, and then the first one to Vallon as well. Did Mika Tarki ever score a playoff goal, even though it's not his first playoffs? No, so that was his... sorry, my apologies. He scored 3 goals in his rookie playoff year, none last year. 1 assist and a -3 in 17 games. Yikes. So Mika Tarki really has to wake up as well. He's in a contract year now. His ELC is expiring, so if he wants to get paid, he's going to have to play well in the playoffs here. Game number 2 at home, and we are up 1-0 in this series. First period, 1-0 Nashville. Michael Ferland on Kuzevnikov. By the way, Kuzevnikov, plus 900 save percentage in game number 1. First career playoff start, so here he is in game 2. Second period, 3-0. Yikes. Fabro on the power play, and then Sundqvist. So 3 goals on 26 shots. Not the absolute worst, but we got to give him some support here. We only have 14 shots through 40 minutes. When last game we had 16 shots through 20. Power play early in the third. 5-on-3. We got to capitalize. Nothing. It's not our night tonight. Barely any shots on a 5-on-3 power play. Down 3-0 halfway through the third period. Anything we get now would be too little too late, with under 5 to go now. Askarov standing on his head after letting in 5 last game, and it's going to be a 3-0 shutout. Despite 3 goals on 30 shots, Kuzevnikov 900 save percentage, Askarov makes 26 saves for the shutout victory. Ferland and Sundqvist with the goals there. Well, Ferland with the game-winning goal. All right, and the series is now tied at 1. If Brad Lambert is even a -1, he's coming out. Down in Iowa, we finished the season, oh my goodness, 61-11-4. Damien Giroux with 92 points in 76 games. Shout out to him, 5th round pick in 2018. Nicholas Rodin with 90 points and 46 goals. He's going to be coming to the NHL next season, that's for sure. Aaron Crooks, who was a free agent pickup, 86 points and 43 goals from him. Volkov, 73 points. Chekovich, 68 out of nowhere. Sheesh, what a season. And goaltending must have been off the charts. Wallstedt, whoa, 57, 11, and 4 with 4 shutouts. I guess that's because auto-rotate goalies was turned off most of the season because I was doing it manually in the NHL. But still, Jesper Wallstedt, oh my goodness, he's going to be wanting to push the NHL as well. And here we are at Bridgestone Arena. Like we said, we got to check out Brad Lambert. If he's even a -1, he is out of there. 2 games, still zeros across the board. Jonathan Toews, zeros for him. Hyman, zeros for him. Maybe I take him out anyways, but he's not, I don't know, he's not helping, he's not hurting. That's the problem. Sidney Crosby wants some playoff action, but it's a best of 5. The series is tied at 1. I'm going to wait until after this game to make bigger decisions. A 3-game sample is pretty good. So we're on the road, and the series is tied at 1. First period, 1-1 game. Oscar Lindblom early, and then Adam Boqvist with 1:52 left ties this game up. We only had 5 shots in the period, though. Shots 16-5 for Nashville, and it's a 1-1 game thanks to Adam Boqvist. Second period, 3-2. So Phillips makes it 2-1 Nashville, but then Kaprizov ties it back up, and then Foligno with 3.5 to go restores that 1-goal lead. Shots 26-14 for Nashville. We're down by 1 in the third. We are not out of this game in any which way. We still have a lot to give. Power play time. Let's go, boys. Nothing. Power play has been lacking in the playoffs here. We need a goal. Let's go. 5 minutes to go. Who can be my playoff hero? And Philip Forsberg puts Nashville up by 2. Power play late. Nothing comes from it. And then an empty netter. 5-2 loss. I went over the 3 stars. That's all right. 5-2 loss. Down 2-1 in the series. Now it's time to make our changes. I was a nice guy in Game 3. Now it's time to make our changes. Let me see here. What's up with the second line? Boldy, no points. Griffin with 1 assist. Costin with 2 assists. Hey, at least there's that. Brad Lambert, -1. There it is. That's my excuse to get him out. Do I put in Anthony Duclair or do I put in Sidney Crosby? That's the question. Jonathan Toews. Nothing coming from Jonathan Toews. You know what? Maybe I take out Toews and put Crosby instead and see if anything can come from that. We'll put Crosby, Duclair, Hyman as the 4th line. Crosby can make his Minnesota Wild debut. Greenway, 2 assists. Kovanov, 1 assist. Sjogren with that 1 goal. Kachuk, 2 assists. Just not a lot of goal scoring here. I'm tempted to try and get that +5 out of Kaprizov to really try and rely on him and work off of just, you know, putting the entire team's desires on his back. Could go Griffin, Sjogren, Greenway, 3rd line. Might as well. Ellington, nothing. Boqvist, goal and assist. Tarky, -5. Oh my goodness. Mikhail Sergachev and Mika Tarky are -5, -5. With 88, 88, 87 on his defensive numbers and 91, 90, 91 here for Sergachev. That's crazy. Tarky, you're out of here. Let's bring Botter up. We'll go Botter, Sergachev. Yeah, we'll do that. Sheesh. Kozevnikov, 897 save percentage. I'm going to put Morozov in. Wasn't terrible, but wasn't the numbers that we needed to see. So let's try Morozov between the pipes. Some good changes made. We cannot go down 3-1 in this series, boys. Let's just tie it up nice and easy. Tie it back up. Don't need to worry about a thing. We'll be on an even playing field once more. Let's do it. Debut for Sidney Crosby. Playoff debut for Duclair. Morozov's back between the pipes after he was injured last year in the playoffs after going 5-1-0. Let's do it. First period, 1-0 Nashville. Steenbergen. 17-10 the shots in that period. Second period, there we go. Marco Rossi, the only player to score power play goals in this series with 2 coming from him. Then Zach Hyman, the playoff king, and Klim Kostin on that second line. Thank you very much. 3-1 for the Wild. Shots tied at 24. Headed into the third period. Power play for the Predators. Stand strong, boys. That's what we need to see. Starting to pull away in the shots now. The Predators are 30-26, but we're still alive. Under 10 to go. Holding on to a 2-goal lead. Shots tied at 30 with 5 to go. And a power play late for the Wild as well could be big, but nothing comes from it. But that's okay as we hang on to the 3-1 victory. Maxim Morozov makes 33 saves to capture, I would assume, first star of the night. 2 assists from the +5 Kirill Kaprizov, and 1 goal, I guess the game-winning goal. Yes, yeah, the game-winning goal going to Zach Hyman on that 4th line with Sid the Kid, 39-year-old Sid the Kid. All right, just like that, this series is tied back up at 2, and now it is a best-of-3 in this series. Back at home at the XL Energy Center. Not going to touch the lines. Let's roll like this. Hopefully that 4th line continues to work hard here. Let's do it. First period, 1-1 game. Christian Fischer and Kirill Kaprizov with his +5. That was just 20 + 16. That was 36 seconds after that one. So 1-1 game. But again, there's Matthew Boldy. Finally, his first of the playoffs. Again, letting too many shots come our way in that first period. Sillinger ties it up at 2. Second period ends up remaining 2-2. Shots are 24-17 for Nashville. This is a huge third period. Huge third period. Because whoever wins this period will have the opportunity to win the series next game. And that is something that you definitely want to have in a Game 6. So, boys, Boldy, thanks for showing up. But I need Costin, I need Greenway, I need Boquist, I need a lot of people to show up here. Let's go. Third period, tied at 2. Who's going to come out guns blazing in this third period? 5 minutes in, few shots from both teams, and Steenbergen. And that 4th line, how is Nashville's 4th line of Sundqvist and Steenbergen so good? Power play Nashville, we kill it off. 6 minutes to go. Oh, yes, there it is. There's the veteran poise. Sidney Crosby ties this game at 3 with 3 minutes to go, and then Foligno. Ah, boy. We score late, and then a minute later we just give up another one, so what's the point? John Foligno. Shots were 35-28 in this one. Sid Crosby ties this game at 3, and then we let in another one. And we're down 4. Well, now we're down 3-2 in the series. Goal and assist from Foligno, 2 assists from Lindblom. Kaprizov did his best with a goal. And now we're on the edge of elimination, going into Game 6 on the road at Bridgestone Arena. We got to make some more changes here. What's going on with the defense? We're allowing way too many shots. Kaprizov's doing well. Kovanov with 2 assists, -2. Bring Rossi back. Costin a goal and 2 assists. I'm sorry, I got to take you out. Let's go, because that's 3-3-1. Yeah, let's go back to let's do a good old Jordan Greenway on that on the first line. Let's get +3s within the top 9. Let's do that. Duclair, Crosby, goal and assist in 2 games from Crosby. Duclair 2 assists in 2 games. All right, the 4th line is showing up. It's Russ Griffin with 1 assist in 5 games, despite 92 offensive awareness and 4-star shooting. That is just absolutely killing me here. Kachuk, Boldy, Kovanov. Let's do that. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Defense. No points, +1. Goal and 2 assists, +4. Botter's a +1. Sergachev's still a -5. Tarky's now a -6. And Valen's a -1. Do we have an extra defender here? No, we'd have to call somebody up. And Belleville, what am I saying, Belleville? I'm talking about, thinking about the Senators series. Iowa. Demetrius Correa is tempting to call up. He fits okay on that third pair. 81 overall. 87, 86, 85. Would it make sense to call up Demetrius Correa and take out Mika Tarky? 8 pounding minutes, -6. You know what? Yes. I don't care about overall. In the real world, that's what happens. You're playing like garbage, you get treated like garbage. Demetrius Correa is coming up, and I'm going to send down, I guess, Caden Primo, for the roster spots there. Tarky, you're out of there. Demetrius Correa, welcome to the big leagues, kid. Keeps a +1. Does he have any NHL playoff experience? No, he does not. In 10 games in Iowa, 13 games in Iowa in his career. 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, +4. Not an offensive guy for sure, despite the 85 offensive awareness, but the kingdom, the empire of Demetrius is back in Minnesota. He'll play with Lassie Valen. Morozov, we gotta fix the special teams. I don't know what. We're +3 in both special teams. I guess Duclair shouldn't be here, but still. Put Crosby at that face-off. I don't know what to say. Sergachev's been killing me. I'll just do that, I suppose. Crosby there. Penalty kill's been strong enough. Duclair, maybe I take him off with the 75 shot blocking. Penalty kill's been okay, though. Hyman keeps the +1. Could even use like Marco Rossi here. Wouldn't help. Actually, no, it would. +1. So let's go Rossi, Hyman. And then Sergachev, Botter with Boquist and Ellington. It takes away the +1. But I'd rather have Boquist than Korea, I think. Can I switch this up? We could do that. Or even Ellington, Sergachev. So just like this. Let's try that out. I think that'll be okay. Hopefully Russ Griffin can give me some love there. Pillman can go to the first line since we definitely want him to be growing as well. Norlinder second pair. Then Lajoie third pair. Lovely. So Iowa still in good shape. Alrighty, showtime here in Game 6 of round number 1 at Bridgestone Arena. The appropriate changes have been made. The GM has made his calls here. The coach is coaching for his life. Some players are playing for theirs. Let's do it. Let's show up and let's perform. And Matthew Tkachuk with the first shot of the night makes it 1-0. Let's go. But then, of course, Foligno comes right back. John Foligno, just an absolute killer on the Predators, man. First period ends 2-1. As Barbashev gets another for the Predators. All right, shots are tied at 9, and it's 2-1 Predators through 20 minutes. Early power play for the Preds here. Thank goodness we killed that off, taking penalties in the first few seconds of the period. That's like a Mario Balotelli kind of move here. Halfway through this game, it's 2-1 Predators, shots tied at 14. Another power play for Nashville. Once again killed off, and then Philip Forsberg. But then Kaprizov, thank you. And then Kaprizov again on the power play less than a minute later. This game's tied at 3, then Adam Boquist 4-3. Yes, that's what we've needed. And Jordan Greenway, oh my goodness, what an end to the second period. We score 4 goals in 4.5 minutes exactly. Wow. Oh my goodness. From down 3-1 to now up 5-3 within 4.5 minutes. What a barrage of attempts and goals right there. Kaprizov scores twice in less than a minute. Then Boquist 2 minutes later, and Greenway with 22 seconds left in the period. Up on that first line, making the most of his opportunity. And it's 5-3 Wild, headed into the final 20 minutes. Shots tied at 20. Let's keep this up. Don't let him back in. Power play Nashville. Yes, we kill it off. And Anthony Duclair, there he is. 6-3 Wild. What a game. And we kill off another power play. Fabro scores, and Kaprizov hat-trick at 7-4. Askarov, the floodgates are open. 7 goals on 28 shots on Askarov. We took way too many penalties. Wow, Sjogren adds another 8-4. We took way too many penalties, but thankfully the penalty killers killed them all off. So hooking and slashing from Duclair and Griffin in the third. Kaprizov, Tkachuk, slashing, holding. That was, I mean, it's way too many. It was 4 penalties, but still, when none were really coming our way, we can't afford to be doing that. Shots 33-31 in this one, but we win 8-4, and we're headed to Game 7. A hat-trick and an assist from Kaprizov, 1 goal, 2 assists for Greenway, and 1 goal, 2 assists for Adam Boquist. A lot of multi-point games for a lot of players. 3 assist night from Sergachev, finally, but a 0 in the plus-minus somehow. Sidney Crosby had 2 assists in 8 minutes of ice time. Rossi 2 assists. Anyone with no points in this one. A few. Korea, Valen, Kovanov, Botter, Hyman, Kostin. All right, that's okay. We can deal with that. And we saw the 3 stars. So 8-4 the final. We are headed to Game 7 back at home. 6 goals and 10 points in 6 games for Kirill Kaprizov. There is no need to change a single thing about this lineup, ladies and gentlemen. We are firing on all cylinders, and we are ready to try and push our way into Game 7. I was going to think about a different word, maybe bulldoze our way, because that was quite a barrage in that last one. 3 points in 3 games for Duclair, 4 points in 3 games for Crosby. Hyman still with that 1 goal, but a good presence on the 4th line. Russ Griffin with 2 assists. Good job, buddy. Defense, Sergachev is still at -5, but now with 5 assists. And Demetrius Korea, and I don't know why it says 4 games played, but Demetrius Korea actually 1 game, -1 with 1 shot. Come on, Demetrius. Better than Tarky. I would have been scared with Tarky in his 8 penalty minutes and -5 playing in that game, and -6. Even though we won 8-4, who knows what could have happened if he was in the lineup of the way he's been playing. But either way, all the series are done except for ours. Yeah, every series is done in the playoffs except for Minnesota-Nashville. So without further ado, at home, Game 7, it all comes down to this against the Predators. A very good matchup this series has been, but who's coming out on top? First period is starting with an early power play for Minnesota, killed off. Let's do the first period, and it's 1-0 Nashville. Michael Furland somehow getting these goals. 1 goal on 13 shots past Morozov, 13 saves, assumingly from Askarov. Second period, oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Sillinger on the power play. Okay, this just got real. 2 goals on 28 shots on Maxim Morozov. Not bad. But no goals on 23 shots for the Wild here on Askarov. This is not good. This is not good. We need to show up early. We scored 4 goals in 4.5 minutes last game on Askarov. We can do it again. Power play Nashville. I'm on ×4 speed now. Power play Nashville is killed off, thankfully. They have 32 shots on net here. Oh my goodness. Kozevnikov's in nets. Morozov, I guess, must be injured. It's 3-0 Nashville. Oh my goodness. All right, we got to hop in. It could be a bit long. I'm gonna edit it accordingly. Could be a bit long, but I got to watch this. We're 95, 90, and 80 in our team overalls, and the Predators are, what, 91, 88, and 86 and 88. Oh my goodness. As usual, it's going to be 10-minute periods, which means the 10 minutes are actually like 5 minutes. And I'm just going to have to hope for a miracle. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of editing for stuff that's not interesting, but I'll be watching every second here on the edge of my seat. With just about 10 minutes to go, let's do it. Here we are in Minnesota. I'm not doing true broadcast this time because I find it really hard to see the puck at certain moments. Plus, not being able to see the names of the players throws off my commentating. If you really, really love true broadcast, let me know. I'm here to make it whatever is funnest, most fun for all of you. But personally, at this moment, I'm going to go with dynamic so I can see a little bit better. In the zone now, it's Marco Rossi in front. Oh, and Foligno breaks that up, but Kaprizov wouldn't have had a good angle. Anyways, Lindblom broken up by Jordan Greenway now. Here we come back the other way. It's Marco Rossi getting squeezed a little bit, but gets it in front. Kaprizov, huge kick save from Askarov. We got to score fast. We got to get 3 goals in 8.5 minutes here. Oscar Lindblom coming in, hits off a skate. Boquist is going to recover it, get it up to Jordan Greenway now. The first line's back again. Matthew Boldy now, and he gets his leg dislocated from his, oh my goodness, from his pelvis. I don't know what's going on there. Here's Boquist. Boldy, okay, now Askarov hangs on to that one. Legs are not supposed to bend that way. That was like a total pop, like a Lego or like a Barbie or like a doll. Just his leg popped out of the socket. But hey, he seems to be healthy and fine. And now here's the usual glitch here. Morozov must have been injured, but usually whenever a goalie gets changed and you come into the game, first whistle, the goalie gets changed back. So that's good for us, but it's definitely a glitch as Morozov is back in nets. Okay. Boldy, Kovanov, Tkachuk against Hoglander, Sillinger, and Forsberg with just under 8 minutes to go here. Face-off win by the Wild. Ellington, one-timer! And it's a big save from Askarov, and he hangs on. Great wind-up shot there from, I think that was, yeah, Matthew Tkachuk. Another face-off win by Kovanov. Ellington loses it. Now Chiodo has it. Coming back the other way. He's bumped off the puck. Tkachuk will regain possession and bring it into the Nashville zone. Has lots of space. Takes a shot. Scores! Matthew Tkachuk makes it 3-1, and we're down by 2. Okay, yeah, there's a little dance from the mascot. Okay, all right. Matthew Tkachuk, only his 2nd goal of the playoffs. But that's a great goal. He had the space, and he took it. Put it 5-hole on Yaroslav Askarov. And we're back in this game. Down by 2. That's just what we needed. Look at the fans eating this up here in Minnesota. Look at that big Jumbotron as well. Great facilities here. Great. We're down by 2 with 7.5 to go. This game is not over, boys. It's not over. Face-off win by Kovanov. Boquist back to Ellington. He's going to lose possession, and Zaitsev will recover in his own zone, bring it behind his own net, and circle it back for another charge. It's now Chiodo over the red line with 4 men on him. Gets squeezed, and Kovanov recovers it. Skylar Ellington with the puck over the red line. It's Alex Kovanov with space. Boldy, space of his own. Poke check by the Predators, but the Wild regained possession. A couple of hits behind the play. Kovanov to Boldy. Big blocker save as Askarov came out of his net and looked big. Another one in the slot. This time Askarov squeezing the wickets together and not letting it get through the 5-hole. Boy, sign me up, Sportsnet. I'm ready to go. Kostin, Griffin, and Sjogren now out on the 3rd line against Barbashev, Phillips, and Furland. Come on, Griffin. Face-off win, yes. Kostin, Lassie Vallon. Demetrius Correa breaks his stick. Oh, no. Here comes Furland back the other way. Unfortunate event there for Demetrius Correa. Hand pass. Is that even legal? I don't know. Vallon to Sjogren. Here we go into the Nashville zone. Sjogren gets... Oh, no. I thought he was about to get board pinned. But instead, he just lost possession. But he regains it now. Sjogren to Vallon. Vallon, he gets board pinned. Yossi will shovel it out with his 80 overall. Griffin back into the Nashville zone, into the corner. Okay, still has it in front. Big save. Crosby could have had a good opportunity there. Korea, Valen, Sjogren, Griffin. Oh, what a glove save from Yaroslav Askarov. Griffin, come on, with his 2 assists in 6 games. Oh, a huge hit there from Kostin. More board pin action now. It's Lassie Valen with under 5 to go. Valen, pass that Bello. Oh, you have to pass it. Askarov makes the glove save. It was a good 2-on-1. Valen had to make that pass. Oh boy, great. What a save from Askarov. Griffin wants that first goal. First line's back out for both teams now. 4.5 to go in this game. Rossi at the face-off. Big win. Greenway. Sergachev. Greenway off the post. Greenway scores! The captain! Kaprizov, and we're down by 1. It's not over, boys. We are not done yet. Kirill Kaprizov, the captain, with his 7th goal in as many games in the playoffs. Rossi, we're really killing it on the face-off wins over here. Those face-off wins are so integral right now. Marco Rossi with that big win. Off the draw, gets the rebound. Kirill Kaprizov bats in the rebound. Oh my goodness, that's huge. The captain, look at him. Down 3-0 with 10 minutes to go, and now we're down 3-2 with 4.5. There's so much time left. 4.5 minutes to play, and we're down by 1. Greenway and Sergachev get the assists. It's John Foligno coming into the Minnesota zone now. Hold on, that's a weird shot. That was fanned on because of Sergachev getting in the way. Greenway's trying to recover it. Poked by Morozov into the corner. Rossi to Leon Botter, the German, one of the longest-serving players now on this team. He's been here for a while. Jordan Greenway. Here's a chance, Greenway. Rossi setting up in the zone. Mikhail Sergachev. Bro, what a sprawling save on Greenway by Askarov. Kaprizov kind of fanned on the shot due to, I think, Dante Fabro's stick getting in the way. Or no, that was Ulevy. That was only Ulevy. But Kaprizov now Jeff Skinner, 6 goals. Now leading the NHL in playoff goals with his 7th there. Cole Sillinger with the puck at the blue line. Tkachuk gets it back, though. And now here comes Alex Kovanov over the red line to Mikhail Sergachev on a run. Almost a breakaway. That kind of goes through a couple legs there. Unfortunately, nothing really coming from that. Sillinger up to Philip Forsberg. He gets by Niels Hoglander. Oh, just wide. Forsberg now to Sillinger. Held on the boards. Forsberg recovers. Has a lot of space. Oh, my goodness. He had so much time and space. It's a huge save from Morozov. Boldy up to Tkachuk now. 2 minutes left to play. Up to Alex Kovanov. Kovanov, yes. There's the space. Kovanov. Oh, big save, Askarov. Askarov with just making miracles happen for the Predators here. Oscar Lindblom with the puck. Getting through Sergachev like nothing. Christian Fischer, easy save from Morozov, and he will hang on. Oh, wow. 1:35 to play, and it's 3-2 Nashville. I'm going to just move into coaching mode here on select sides. Shots, by the way, 40-40. I'm going to go to select sides and lock onto the coach just so I can take timeouts and make the lines. Hopefully the 4th line doesn't come out. Well, actually, the 4th line wouldn't be bad. But I just want to make sure it's not the wrong line at the wrong time here. So lock onto the coach. And we're in the defensive zone, and we'll slap on. I couldn't even do it. It was already up. It's okay. The first line's who I want to put. Actually, I probably would have put the 4th line on for a defensive zone faceoff. But Rossi loses it. Here's Zaitsev to Fischer. Lindblom. Zaitsev skates into the boards and gets held. That was his own fault. Skate, Kaprizov, skate. Chiodo. Fischer over to John Foligno now. Into the corner. Hits off a stick, and that goes flying over the glass. That's really weird. Now for the defensive zone faceoff, I'm going to go for a defensive faceoff strategy and keep... and by the way, Kaprizov #1 in points, tied with Kane with 11. Try to keep possession here. Crosby at the dot, number 87 for the Wild. 47 faceoffs wins for us tonight. Win for the Predators, though. Hold on, broken up. Now Anthony Duclair, the hero of Minnesota. Duclair, what are you doing? Take the shot. What a big hit there, though. Oh, take another big hit. Duclair, you gotta shoot that. Lindblom, last man back is Crosby. Morozov will hang on. All right, first line's coming out here. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Actually, for a defensive zone faceoff, it would make more sense to put... no, you know what? Griffin would make sense, but Rossi's been hot on the dot tonight. I'm going to go first line. 42.9 seconds to go. Down by 1 in Game 7. Rossi. Good face-off win with the push. There we go. Here is Skylar Ellington. Up to Jordan Greenway now. 30 seconds to go. Oh, that's going to be a juicy pass in front, but now it's time to pull the goalie. Pull the goalie. Get the 6th man out there. There's something right in front here. Kaprizov, back to the point. Here's Rossi, put that on net. Ellington, Rossi, shoot that! Oh my goodness! Oh, the open side was there. But Askarov makes the save. Oh my goodness, we're gonna go aggressive face-off, and do I take a timeout? Yeah, we'll take a timeout. Oh my goodness, what an opportunity for Marco Rossi, but it stopped. Controller being put away with 28.8 seconds to go. Ron Howard, our coach, is out there giving the last second speeches. Earpiece from GM Data in the press box. Let's go. All 6 are out there. Aggressive face-off up against Phillips at the draw. Rossi wins it. Back to the point. One-timer. Oh, what a save. Askarov. Oh, what a chance. Oh, and we still have possession. Oh, Ellington. Good cycling here in the zone. From the point. Through traffic. Another save, Askarov. Zaitsev. Chiodo. Phillips. Don't let them get out of there. Good. Big hit. 10 seconds left. Greenway. Not done yet. Sergachev. Big save. Rebound. Oh, diving save. What is happening? 6.5 seconds to go. What an opportunity. With the open net. Diving Yaroslav Askarov. Hold on. I got to see that again. Oh my goodness. What a play that was. We almost had it in dramatic fashion. Right here, Marco Rossi. Why didn't he shoot? It's because Barbashev got in the way. Oh my goodness, Marco Rossi, you just had to put it in. You just had to put it in, Rossi. But because here in EA, if someone even just touches your stick, the whole play falls apart. He just, look at this. Barbashev just skates through his stick. Ah, EA, man. 6.6 seconds to go. Final chance. 6.5 now. Last chance on the draw. Come on, Rossi. Wins it. Last chance. Ellington. Oh, glove save. Askarov gives it out to Zaitsev. Doesn't hang on. And that is it. Oh, man. 7-game loss. 3-2 the final. Wow, you can't say that wasn't entertaining, though. On the edge of my seat I was. Oh, man. What a great last few chances. Yaroslav Askarov, props to him. What a monster. Kaprizov and Yossi shaking hands. Wow. Wow. What a Game 7 finish. But unfortunately, we lose 3-2 the final. Marco Rossi just had to put it in right there. Kaprizov. Wow. What a third period. But in the end, Rossi just couldn't put it on with Barbashev skating through his stick. Shots were 45-41. Zaitsev third star with a goal and an assist. Oh man, the 50-35 the face-offs. Morozov with 30 saves and a .938 save percentage. Who he was out, then he came back. He played amazing. Kazevnikov being in there, I don't know what happened. And Askarov 43 saves on the night, and he gets first star honors. Absolutely, look at that save. Man, that's a heartbreaker, but Askarov played so well. I hate that there was the goalie glitch. I don't know, maybe if Morozov's injured, that makes sense. Good thing he came back to help us, but he's not. So I don't know, I hate that glitch where the backup goes in or whatever. 11 points in 7 games for Kirill Kaprizov. What a playoff series from him. Rossi with 8, Boquist, Greenway, Sergachev all with 6 and 7, a -5 for Sergachev. Kachuk 5, Crosby 4 points in 4 games, Duclair 3 points in 4 games, Kostin 3, Sjogren 2 with a -5, Boldy 2 with a -5, Kovanov 2 with a -2, Griffin 2 with a -1, Tarky -6 in 5 games. Do we make an overhaul in the offseason? Taves was disappointing, Lambert disappointing. Do we look at trading Tarky in the offseason with his expiring contract? Do we look at trading the rights to Alex Kovanov with his deal expiring? We could trade Kovanov, Tarky, and Lambert and get like an insane amount of trade value, right? So you never know. Goalies, Morozov 2-1-0 with a .916 save percentage, 2.96 goals against. Kazevnikov was not great at an .896. He could be our starter next year depending on growth, but disappointing from him. He was not very good. Man, that's just such a heartbreaker. We played so hard. Well, I'm going to simulate to the end of the season here. We'll see the draft order. We'll take a quick note on what we should be doing for our draft and for our contract situation. But, well, actually, I could look at the contracts now. They might be at an all-time low after a playoff exit. Like, if we're looking at all expiring. Ellington, we want to re-sign for sure. Duclair, I'm not sure. Probably not. Kovanov, I think he wants too much. Yeah, $5 million is too much for a third-line center. Klim Kostin, we could do Klim Kostin. Yeah, I could do 3.7 something for Kostin probably. Mika Tarki is the one that I'm wondering about a lot here. We could pay him. We have the money to pay him, especially if we're going to move Brad Lambert. Mika Tarki, the 8th overall pick in 2022, two-way D. How's he been in his career? He scored 51 points and been a plus 26. He had a good season, 20 points and a plus 19. But I don't know. I don't know about Mika Tarki. I really don't know about him. And goaltending, I don't think we have any goaltenders to worry about, really. So I'm going to send out the scouts. I'm going to do all the work that needs to be done. And I'll see you when we have a Stanley Cup champion. So congratulations to the division rival Chicago Blackhawks on winning the Stanley Cup. San Diego Gulls, the Ducks farm team, winning the Calder Cup. As in Iowa, we didn't even make it to the finals, as we went 10-5, I think, in the playoffs, and lost in the third round to the Gulls. So in the second round, the Predators went on to play the Avalanche. They beat them in 7 again. Then they lost to the Hawks in 6, who beat the Islanders, Niklas Enqvist and the Islanders, in 5. The Hawks themselves swept the first round, second and third round in 6, and then the Cup finals in 5. So a pretty smooth run to the Cup for them. It was Buffalo and New York at the Eastern Conference Finals. Looking at the Cup history here, so the last few years have been Eastern Conference teams. So Washington, Nashville, Washington, New Jersey, Chicago. The last 2 Western Conference champions have come from the Central Division. So just to say that it is an extremely tough division, especially when you look at the Clarence S. Campbell Bowl, so the winners of the Western Division every year is, Hawks, Stars, Avalanche, Preds, Stars. It's Central. It is not easy for the Central Division. But with all that taken care of now, we can sim to the draft, which will allow us to see the player retirements and all that good stuff, and we'll check out the awards as well. Will it be... the Rangers go from 11-1. Wow. Carolina 9-2. San Jose 8-3. 1, 2, and 3, dropping to 4, 5, and 6. That is brutal. Okay, so will Crosby retire? Will Taves retire? Those are some questions for us. I'm tempted to bring back Crosby as fourth-line center next year, but we do have options to call from Iowa. Let's see the retirement class of 2027, and Crosby does go out. 1,772 points in 1,506 games. Alexander Ovechkin, still an 89 overall at the age of 41, retires with 1,037 goals. What a career, and 1,859 points. Evgeny Malkin, 685 goals and 1,644 points. Wheeler, Marchand, who kind of went off a cliff at the end of his career. Jordan Staal, Pietrangelo, Letang, Kadri, Ekman-Larsson, Zuccarello, former Minnesota Wild. Turris, Hoffman, former Minnesota Wild as well. Stepan Toffoli, Radulov, a lot of names here in the 2027 retirement class. Crosby did drop to a 73 overall, so he wouldn't have come back anyways. Didn't play any regular season games with us, but 4 in the playoffs, and 4 points in 4 games, which added to his 232 points in 217 games in his playoff career. Ovechkin's playoff career, if you were curious, because I know I am, 57 goals in a retirement season. 101 goals and 188 points in 188 games. Good for him. Goaltenders who retired, we have in this 2027 class: Varlamov, Dubnyk, former Minnesota Wild; Talbot, Reimer, Campbell, Nielsen, Francouz, Domingue, Wedgwood, Kevin Boyle, blah, blah, blah. Retirements here. Do we have any retirements in Iowa? No. Minnesota? No. So we're good on the coaching front. Draft interviews, don't care about those. Pro Scout, don't care about him. And here we are at the draft. So let's check out the awards for the 2026-27 regular season. We want to see a Hart Trophy for Kirill Kaprizov. Are we seeing it? Oh, wait, sorry, that was Art Ross. Art Ross for Connor McDavid. Are we seeing a Hart for 65-goal Kirill the Thrill? No, it's Connor McDavid who takes the Hart. Oh, man, that's brutal. James Norris goes to Rasmus Dahlin. Lady Bing to Cole Caulfield. Calder to Martins on the Kings. Conn Smythe to Aturati. Wow. So, by the way, shout out to Torrey Krug winning it on the Chicago Blackhawks as well. Good for him. Vezina to Yusei Saros. Yeah, that's why Chicago won. If you just get Yusei Saros on your team, you're just destined to win the Cup. When he was with Colorado, now when he's with Chicago, you're just going to go on a run no matter who you are if you have Yusei Saros in nets in the franchise mode. Jennings goes to Nedeljkovic, and Masterton to a random third-pair D as always. Jack Adams to the coach of the Penguins. Selke to Elias Pettersson, all right. Ted Lindsay to McDavid, and Maurice Richard at least to Kirill Kaprizov. Individual awards in the AHL. Damien Giroux wins the equivalent of the Art Ross and the MVP. So the Art Ross and the Hart, I mean. Any other from Iowa? Wallstedt wins the equivalent of the Vezina. And Damien Giroux also winning the equivalent of the Lady Byng, it seems like. And then Wallstedt also the equivalent of the Jennings Trophy. Got to try and keep those in mind. And we won the the best regular season team and champion of the Western Conference and champion of the Central Division. There we go. All right, all those awards, great. Put those in the cabinet. Make everybody happy. It was 13 points in 15 games for Aaron Crooks over in Iowa. We won the first game, first round in 3-game sweep, second round in 5, and then lost in 7 to the Gulls, who went on to win in 6 against the Charlotte Checkers. So Rodin had 2 goals and 10 assists, despite being a sniper, and then Giroux had 7 goals, despite being a playmaker. Okay. Nordqvist, okay, and Jesper Wallstedt, 10-4-1. Just if you're curious about the Iowa numbers, there they are. Speaking of Iowa, we always like to look at the player reports as well, the progress reports, the end of the regular season and the playoffs. So just sorting by growth here. Or no, I guess sorting by overall. So Boquist up to an 89, from 86 to 89, that's pretty huge. Tkachuk 87 to 88. Kostin 84 to 85. Tarky 84 to 85. Lambert 85 to 84, so he went down. Kovnov 84 to 83, he went down. Duclair 84 to 82, going down. Cout's not going to come back next season. That's pretty much it. Then in the system, Hyman's still at an 80 because Evnikov's still at an 80. I'll sort by growth actually in the minors here. Louis Bourdon up to a 75 overall. He was what, a 3rd round pick? He's going to be he was a 1st round pick. My apologies. Louis Bourdon. 6'4", Vigilante 71, Smirnov 65, Yakimov, Marcus Nordquist we got from the Rangers up to a 76. Timu Pillman, medium elite defensive defenseman at a 76 overall. That's nice to see as well. Jonathan Toews still on the team. Does he come back? Probably not with bottom 6 potential. He's going to keep on dropping a little bit. It's going to be tough next season. So I don't think Domingue or Toews comes back. The fourth line, Hyman I guess could stay, but Rodin and Crooks are going to be really wanting to make the NHL next season. We have to keep the extensions in mind, is what I should be saying. We have $14.09 in extension dollars, and we also need to consider that who's coming back and who's not. Ellington, I'd like him to come back. Kostin, I'd like him to come back. We could get him for, it's going to be a bit expensive for Kostin, be around $4 million for him. His asking price went up. Mika Tarki's wanting $6.6 million for being garbage. He is an 85 overall at medium league potential at the age of 22, though, so that does raise some questions. Kovnov wants to come back, but he wants, okay, at least his asking price went down. Could probably get him closer to 3. Duclair doesn't, so pretty much everyone else doesn't want to come back, except for Hyman here. He wants 1 point. Okay, we could do Hyman if we really want Zach Hyman. But really, there was some talk last season about do we get a better first-line power forward, but Matthew Tkachuk has been good. So maybe go out and just get a really good defensive defenseman to play with Adam Boquist to try and get a +5. Because if Boquist is up to an 88 now, we can pair him with the right defensive defenseman. Let's say we just search by overall here in the NHL. There is Chelios on the Rangers. Yeah, look how scarce the market is for defensive defensemen. Chelios on the Rangers is pretty much it. And he's an 88 overall with 5 more years at $9.9 million. Don't even know how good his fit is. Plus, why would the Rangers want to trade him after they've already traded us Griffin and Nordquist and everybody else, right? So we already have Ellington. We already have Botter as good defensive defensemen. We can't really do much more, unfortunately, on the defensive defenseman front. On the second pair, we could do something on the second pair. I don't know. Offensive defenseman's a different story, as there's definitely a lot in the NHL who are high. Makar, Drysdale, Hughes, etc. But again, that's not really what we're looking at right now because we have the offensive defenseman. But I'm going to need your help, my friends. What are we doing with this team in the offseason? Are we not touching a lot? Are we thinking about a complete overhaul, which includes firing our coach? I don't know. Our coach has been pretty good, Ryan Precht. He has a record of 294, 238, and 42. But I think that includes records with another team. Yeah, that includes Winnipeg. So the last 2 seasons has been 91, 56, and 17. 91, 56, and 17. Is that grounds for firing after 2 seasons? He had he made it to the 3rd round in round number 1, looking at the playoff records here. We went 10-7 in year number 1 and 3-4 in year number 2. So 13 and 11, not ideal, but still has a 69% team fit. Really good with Kostin. Good overall, but maybe we try and look for someone who's really, really, really good with Kaprizov, Boquist, Rossi, and so on. That 69% team fit is with some changes we made to the lineup, though. So it includes the fit for Griffin on the third line, for example. So it's a bit of a headache. We can definitely hire a goalie coach and there's some other things we can look at, but I'm going to be relying on all of you, my friends, to see what kind of deals are we going to be looking at in this off season. Boquist at an 89, sorry, by the way, not 88. We do have a lot of trade value if we want, though, because look at Mika Tarki's value right here, and then we keep on scrolling. Here's Brad Lambert's value, and then we keep scrolling, and we could throw in some other smaller pieces, like I don't know what's up with Korea, I don't know what's up with some of these prospects. Kovanov, his rights won't be very expensive, obviously, won't be a lot of value. Goaltending, we do have some goalie prospects, as always, Klingberg, Yakimovs. Concerning the draft coming up here, just a quick look at that for anyone who's curious about trading up or something. We pick at 24 in round number 1, and we don't pick again until the third round. So there is a medium franchise power forward that's going to go first overall. But at pick number 24, it'd probably be like, of course, everyone's uncovered until this one guy at 24. Who's only 2 bars median. We have a goalie, though, Connor Guerra. A goalie at 24 is definitely a really good goalie, but 4 years away, it's, we don't need that. We have goalies in our system. Not a lot of good stuff here. So if anything, I would trade the pick away or trade up by just a couple picks at least. There's a medium top 4 defensive defenseman, medium top 6 sniper. A lot of medium top 6s here. Let me know who you want to hear more about. Leave a comment or ask in the Discord server. I can send you a picture or tell you more information about him. All these guys are NHL ready here. Everyone up until pick 6 is NHL ready, which is interesting to see. But then the potential starts to drop off a little bit. I don't know. Medium top 6 playmaking winger is interesting. 61 points. 1 year away, similar to Claude Giroux. So Morgan Silverthorne, great name. Silverthorne could be interesting. 3 years away, 2 years away. Yeah. You'd have to ask me about anything you want to see. I am interested in trading up for Silverthorne, or maybe even... I don't need another two-way D. Marcus Naslund, playmaker. And again, Pascal Payette might also be interesting. Offensive defenseman. Yeah, so we'll see who wants to trade their picks or what makes sense. But aside from that, it's a pretty solid class. There's a lot of good guys, like medium elite guaranteed goalie right there at 108. We'll get that guy. A lot of 3-bar medium elites. A lot of decent low elites as well, deeper into the draft as well, that we're going to go ahead and pick up right here. So, look at this Croatian guy, Abraham Kons from Croatia. So, like I said, pretty decent class. The scouting has been good this season, which will allow me to get some solid picks. It's more the early picks that I need some advice on. And also, if anyone is interested in potential upcoming free agents, it looks like Enqvist, Foligno, Barzal, Kokoniemi, etc. are potential here. We could go on another run for Nicholas Enqvist, maybe. Maybe even John Foligno here. I don't know. It doesn't fit the scheme, though. But Nicholas Enqvist, we're told he doesn't fit the scheme. I think he's a player you don't care about the scheme too much. If we get him going with Kaprizov and just a +3 on the first line, that would be insane. But obviously, that would cost a boatload of money, and we'd have to maneuver the RFA and the qualifying offers, and it would be quite the maneuver. But the question is, do we try it? And last thing here, I believe I forgot to mention that there were some new records set this season for goals, points, and assists in a single season for Minnesota Wild franchise records, as Kirill Kaprizov's 65 goals was a new single season record, as well as his 93 points, and Marco Rossi's 64 assists were also a single season record. And while we're here in the record book, just looking at Alex Ovechkin and all his goals, #1 at 1,037. My goodness. Of course, it's a little bit glitched over here, as always, with the record book being the way it is. But just to say as well, Ovechkin had 11 50-goal seasons, and it doesn't make the 100-point seasons, but the 11 50-goal seasons are the most all-time. So take a bow, Alex Ovechkin. He probably could have gotten a couple more, but just an absolute monster. So I'll go ahead and wrap it up there, my friends. It was quite the adventure, especially in Game 7. Thanks for hanging on in this one. It was, man, we're so good, but there's something missing, and I need all of you to help open my eyes and direct me to it, because heading into year number 8, we still have a lot of first and second round exits to show for all of our good teams. It's great regular seasons, but it all comes down to the playoffs, and we have not been good ever since winning the cup back in year number 1. We have not been really that great. So thank you for hanging on as well, as I'm working full time this last week and these upcoming couple of weeks. Uploads a little more spread out than usual, but doing as much as I can to keep up. So thank you for your patience with that. Make sure to leave all your comments down in the comments section below on YouTube or over in the Discord server. The link in the description is for that. If you've been enjoying this series and this playoff run, if you've been enjoying this Minnesota Wild series and like this playoff run, go ahead, leave a like, and consider subscribing. We're doing a lot of franchise modes here on the channel, NHL, MLB, career simulations, and more. A lot more coming into the summer as well. I have a lot of things planned. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I do look forward very much to reading your thoughts and seeing you all in the next one.